for starting to
We
get
can do that one again, sure. Let's do that one again. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. I am blooming as a flower. I am fresh as the dew. I am solid as a mountain. I am firm as the earth. I am free. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. I am water reflecting what is real, what is true. And I feel there is space deep inside of me. I am free, I am free, I am free. You just like that for practice. After this, we'll have our Dharma talk with Thay. For those who are here for their first time, or they have not met Thay, or it's their first time hearing a Dharma talk, Thay means teacher in Vietnamese. It's a term that we used to call usually monks. So monks usually call them Thay, it means teacher. And Thay is the one who is the abbot of this temple. He's also the one who started these Friday meditation classes over 20 years ago. He is recently he's been more and more busy with other tasks, and he's also passed down these the Friday meditation classes for his students, myself, Brother Peter, Brother Michael. And so occasionally we have an opportunity, we invite Thay to come out and share with us some of his practice and his teachings and his experience. And so we invite everyone to come back to the breathing. Allow yourself to listen and to practice what we call deep listening, right? And to receive the teachings Thay wants to share with us today. Usually we invite the bell to stand up and to greet Thay.
I would like to
invite the Sangha will enjoy your conscious breathing along the three sounds of the bell. Good evening, my brothers, sisters, friends. Today is February 25, the year 2023. According to our schedule, we have a Mindfulness Day. This is our second Mindfulness Day in the year. First of all, I would like to welcome you all to this mindfulness and beautiful and warmly day. How are you? You been okay? Did you enjoy your lunch? I think we always enjoy the lunch because the nuns and the monks, they always cook with full of love. Yesterday, we have some friends from BC. They came and they visit us and they enjoy dinner with us. And she said, every time when I really enjoy the meal in the temple, no matter what we eat, it's always tasty. And I said, yeah, because we cook with mindfulness, we cook with love. And when you cook with love, when you do things with love, you will feel difference. So everything you want to be, you may not do that beautifully, but they can recognize their love. Yesterday, I received a Valentine's card from my youngest students, brother Trung Tài, Trung Tiến, and Minh Vũ. And they drew the picture and the heart. They create and they made the card for Valentine. And on that day, I was in United States, so they're unable to give the card to me. So yesterday night, before they go to bed, and they brought me the card. And I really enjoyed it because, even their writing is not nice and neat, or their drawing is not perfect. But I can see, I enjoy it because that's come from my youngest students. And if they don't have a thoughtful for us, they won't do it. This is something we should meditate in life. Sometimes we are receiving a gift from a friend who are traveling. Maybe they brought us just a little tag so we can put on our fridge, or something very small, a keychain. But do not count on the gift, on the item. But we should count on their thoughtful. Because if they don't think about us, they won't do, they won't buy, they don't have to, right? So after, they're traveling, so before they come back, they have thought about us. That's why they bring us something. And this is, we should keep in our one part of our life anything that people give us, instead of judging bad or good, nice or not, tasty or not, valuable or not. Instead of counting on the items, on the cost, we should count on their thoughtful, the way they present us, the way they bring us a gift. And this will make you more joyful, more happy, and you really appreciate that. And what is this called? Meditation. So meditation is not only when you sit on the cushion. Meditation means when you're able to see things right in front of you. You can appreciate whatever happened to you. Either that is positive or negative, they still a gift. Because if we don't have a negative gift, how can we appreciate when there is a positive gift? And if there is no negative gift, how can we learn from negatives? How can we learn from wrong things? So when you experience a very cold day, next time when you look at the temperature, you know what to wear. So make sure you keep you warm enough to endure the cold weather. So in the Buddhist practice, we do not try to refuse or pushing anything away from us, even good or bad, even positive or negative. But instead of that, we learn to open our heart, to accept, to embrace, and to make it better. I used to teach my young friends, my young students, how to see life in tiny things so you can be happy with that. So one day I told them, sometimes not because the table is not even, then you throw the table away. You only need to find something to put underneath of one of the leg of the table. Then you're able to use the table. And if you walk by somewhere like that and you look at you try to pay attention to tiny things like that, and you can learn a lot from that. Sometimes we just only focus to something like a whole thing, but we forgot that what makes that whole thing become perfect, something very tiny. What makes the table can be stable? Just a piece of block, a piece of wood, one block of brick underneath of one leg of the table. Then we can have that even table, a very solid and stable table we can use. That is called meditation. And sometimes we do not try to expect anything to be, a whole thing. That whole thing will be made by a tiny thing. So that's why the Buddha said, everything that contains in one thing contains in everything. One is everything, everything is one. So once you have the key of meditation, that's just like the master key. All the locks different, but one key can open all kind of locks. And what is that key? Master key. And the key of mindfulness. The key of deep looking. The key of appreciation. And we can learn in all of that. When I taught that, I have a student who is traveling vacation in United States. And yesterday he visited a temple. In the garden of the temple, he saw a table that is not even, and there is a piece of brick underneath of that one leg of the table. The table have 4 legs, and one leg is not even, so they put a little brick in there. So he took that picture, he sent to me. He said, Thay, we thanks for your brick. We thanks for your one piece of thing, because I taught him that. And now he walked by the table and he saw that. So he took a picture. He thought about me. And he remembered what I shared, what I taught. So he took the picture and sent it to me. And you know, in my long and busy and stressful schedule, but why I'm not stressful? Because tiny things make me happy. For example, just like the car yesterday, even I have a long day of working, but before I go to bed, they gave me that card and they release me. They give me joyful, they give me smile. And when I receive a picture from that young student, I'm happy because, you know, he remembered what I taught. And he can recognize how to apply the teachings into life. And that makes me happy enough. Last night I answered an email from a young boy, a young friend, who very suffer about his mother, who, you know, framing herself in the practicing called Buddhism. She expects, you know, how many chanting a day, how many meditation courses a day, how many bows a day, everything like that. And make this young friend not very happy with the way she practiced. He respects his mother's practice, but he is not happy because his mother expects him to practice the same. And he asked me, if I took the 3 refugees, is there any ceremony to release this ceremony? I don't want to be a Buddhist anymore. I don't want to keep this ceremony. I don't want to keep my Dharma name. Is there any, because we have a ceremony to receive the ceremony, right? Ordination ceremony. Is there a ceremony that I can withdraw? And I answered that email. I said, you know, this ceremony just to inform for yourself. From now on, you accept the Buddha as your teacher, the one who showed you the way to practice. You accept the teachings of the Buddha so you can apply in daily life. You accept the community who practice and support you. That also means from now on, you clearly understand these 3 gems also within yourself. You are able to practice like the Buddha. You are able to be a leader of yourself, to bring you out of suffering. You are able to apply and create the teachings. We are very creative. What informed that? Because you can create many dishes about cooking, about art, about everything. Then why not? We are the one who create for a lot of ways to practice. So Dharma is not in the frame. So once you have money, you can buy anything. So once you have the Dharma, you can, you know, flexible and live. So even you are no longer keep this, you have no respect, you have no practice, it's automatically released. You don't have to do any ceremony because this ceremony is not to convert you to become a member of a religion or anything, just to inform. From now on, you have the way to practice. If you don't like this way, done. Nothing else to talk. You don't have to do anything. Let's say if I don't like somebody, I don't have to have a ceremony to declare, from now on you are no longer my friend. When you're wedding, you have a ceremony, but there is no ceremony for divorce. You just sign the paper to release. So something pauses, something, there is no ceremony, because Buddhism is not the frame of a type of religion where you come for, ceremonies, you pay worship to the Buddha, so the Buddha can give you something. This is not the trading. We come to the Buddha, we must have something back. If not, we cancel the contract. If you don't like it, you just block. If you don't like somebody in your phone number, you can block them, delete them, but you don't have to call them, hey, from now on, you are no longer in my list. Just release it. So anything that we don't like, it's automatically is no longer within us. So again, this morning I have a phone call from a lady from Australia. Thay, my mom passed away. I am doing chanting. What chanting so I can do so to help my mom to reborn in a better destination? And I told her, oh, you can do that kind of chanting. Oh, I have done that before, but I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel happy when I'm chanting that sutra. But I'm happy with the other sutra. I said, then keep that. And I told her, when you want to help somebody to be happy, first you must be happy. And I give an example. Just like you want to offer somebody a dish of food. If you like this dish, somebody will like it. If you can eat it, they can eat it. So there's no way that you have no peace, but you want to bring peace for somebody. You pray. If you have no peace within yourself, how can you pray for the world peace? So every day every year there are ceremonies around the world. Pray for the world peace. But we must look back to every single person who attend the ceremony. Are they at peace yet? So just like before I invite the bell. Very simple. Just make sound. But if in our tradition, in our practice, the one who invite the bell, if you have no peace, please don't touch the bell. Because you make the sound of the bell in order to bring peace and calmness to the listener. But if you have no peace, you just beat the bell. You don't invite the bell. You just hit the bell. You just hit to the bell and make it a sound. And of course, people can feel that. Is that right? Let's say when you step in here, if one of the monks is not happy, you still can feel it. Because the way he greeting to you, the way he say hello to you, or the way he look at you, you already can feel, oh, he is not in a good mood. So I better stay one step back so to keep his mood better. You recognize it, you help. So I said, in Buddhist practice, there is no rule what chanting can do for the disease, what chanting can do for the sickness. You just choose whatever you like, as long as you do that with peace. You do that with happiness. You do that with joyful. Sometimes we so busy for the day. But I'm happy because, you're busy, but you bring relax. Why are you busy? You are not really busy with your mind or your anxiety, your sorrow, you're angry, but you're busy with peace. Just like the one who cooked so much dishes to sell, but while he cooked, while busy, he happy because he have a good business. Lot of customers come to enjoy. That's why he busy. He busy with happiness. Can you recognize that? The one who cook in the kitchen, the one who is the waiter, they're so happy. They're busy, but they're happy. This is a good business. Busy day, happy day. Yesterday evening, I have 3 families. They come from one family, but they have, brother, sister. Each of them have their own family. And recently, lately, they all have problems together. So they're waiting for me to come back. Thay, we need your help. We need you to step to every single house. So they pick me up and they bring me to one house. I spend half hour there. I go to another house my whole night. But after my visit, I brought tears with understanding. Thay, before you leave, can you give us a blessing? I am doing a chanting with a lot of words that bring insight to them. I love one of the chanting. This chanting contains a lot of transformation. The chanting called beginning anew. Someday we're so angry, we don't want to look at each other, we don't want to talk to each other. And even we talk, we will use all kind of words to suffer each other, and all of that in the chanting. And that brings the truth, the reality. So make sure when you're doing something, no matter, don't worry about, what chanting, but you chant with peace. Yesterday, we have a group of friends from far away who come and visit. Unexpected. When they step in and during the lunchtime. And we try to, invite to stay there for lunch. And we make different dishes because one dish is not enough for a group, but we use different as long as we have food for them. And sometimes we say, I'm so embarrassing. I don't have enough food. But not about the food. Just about how we welcome them. So I share this because I want to introduce. In our daily life, there are so many things happen in that parts of life. For example, angry, happy, hope, hopeless, anxiety, sorrow, war, peace, sick, death, healthy, unhealthy, everything happens. And it's part of life. While they brought me to their house, they said, Thay, why that happened to us? Why this happened to us? I said, no, don't worry. This is part of life. This is time for you to learn something new. Something you upgrade your learning. In the past, you just enjoy, your normal life, no problems. It's now time for you to move up. You upgrade your learning. You go to a higher grade. You never want same math from grade 1 to grade 10. You just do adding, subtracting. You want to learn something new, a new lesson. But if you have enough calmness, you know how to deliver a message to someone indirectly, but it is directly. You don't talk to them, you can use some story, but instead of introduce them, what's happening? I was traveled for the last 3 weeks, and before my trip, I visit one of my old member very long time ago, and now she is not well. When I learned that, no matter what, even I have an early flight, but that night I still arranged my time to make a short visit. And I used that. She said, Thay, we know each other for more than 30 years. And now I'm not in a well condition. And I can see time flies. And we are getting older now. So you know what? I really appreciate every single day that we still can hear each other and can see each other. His husband almost collapsed with this suddenly, sad news about her sickness. And she said, please support my husband. He is not as stable as me. I accept this because I know this is part of life. The Buddha taught us the body just like a machine. After a while using it, some part need to be fixed, need to be replaced. If one day it have to be totally changed, a new set, because right now you can see every machine have guarantee 2 to 5 years. But a machine, a TV, anything you buy from the store, there is a guarantee how long. But our life, we only have insurance, but there's no guarantee how long and when you will use this insurance, etc. So I use a story to deliver the message to this family. Sometimes we're still alive, but we don't appreciate anything we have. We have a lot of worries, and we let the past, we let the future become something that fill up our whole present moment. And this is kind of waste. Everything is useful. This day is very useful, but you don't know how to use, that's why it's become waste. Actually, nothing is waste. Everything is useful if you know how to use them. So even anxiety, even worries, there is nothing wrong to be worried. But do not just stop at worry. You worry, but what you do to help your worry. Let's say, oh, I worry. I don't have enough money to pay bill for this month. You can ask the question, Thay, do you have worries? Honestly, I will tell you, yes, I do worry. Because I have a lot of bills to take care. If you say, no, I have no worry, it's not true. I do worry. But because of that, that's why I will try to save money so I can have enough to pay for the bills. I worry that I will be sick. That's why I will eat mindfully. You worry that you get sick. That's why you will drink mindfully. You can drink, but not alcohol. You can drink, puffs, but now you know that your age is older. you can reduce that. I worry about my health, I will reduce some of my portion, my food. Why not? The Buddha said we should have worry. We're able to have worries, but don't just stop there. You worry that you will be do something illegal. That's why you must be careful on everything you do. Make sure you do things with legal. You worry you have an accident, that's why we'll have to drive carefully. So worries is part of life. But there is something to practice, to embrace your worry, to make your worry, become not just a negative worry, but it is a positive worry. Oh, I worry that I will delay my class. That's why I will try spend time to study harder. I don't want to waste my time on, to fooling around, but I still have a lot of time to study. You worry, but don't make it become negative. Just worry. I will do something to help my worry become a positive worry. I have told a lot of you about how I worry for the future. When I construct, temples, monasteries, I worry. If one day I'm no longer here, who will take care? Can the monks handle everything as I handle now? But if I just, I stop my worry there, and I also stop my life. I won't do anything because I worry that nobody will continue me. Then I won't do anything. So right now, people who live at the same time with me, they cannot benefit with what I can do for them. I worry, but I will say, I will help me. Yes, but whatever I can do now, I will try my best to do it. And, after I finish my life, my term, somebody else will continue. Maybe they won't do as good as I did. That's only a perception. Maybe they can do better than I did. Do not make the perception become your sufferer, become your block, become your struggling, become your obstacle. There are a lot of problems has been happening in our life. But look back, now we still survive. That means we have the capacity to overcome. The proof is we have gone through lot of tough moments, but everything done. And the most worries, struggling, that not only one country, but the whole world have to take it, the COVID-19. But now, everything done. So the practicing here is, we build up enough our inner peace, but not about only peace, but also the stability within ourselves. Have you ever seen the temple's roof is always curving? If you go back to if you have a chance to see a Vietnamese temple in Vietnam, all the roof very curved. And they make just like the waves. And why the Vietnamese temple have done that? This is like a boat. You can go through all kind of waves, but the waves will not sink you. You're able to go along with the waves. That's why we have the curving roof, and look like the waves. We cannot stop the waves, but we're able to surfing along with the wave. In this life, if every single thing happens negatively, then we feel that, oh, this is the end of the world. This is it. Then nothing will happen. There is a way to fix, to make it. Just like a piece of brick that I told you about the table. In our temple, sometimes we are trying to decorate for a ceremony. We have a table, but we don't have the right tablecloth for that table. Sometimes we need a stand, but we don't really have a good stand for the picture or something. I always try to look around, what can we do to bring out so we can reuse it. You know, every single time like that, I always advise. I always bring the teachings into that kind of thing. If you expect everything to be fit, one set, too hard. And if we have a set to put everything back, that's easy. There's nothing to talk about. But the practicing here is, you have a cloth. What can you do to fit in with this table? If everything pre-made, you just put in, there's nothing to say. But now they are not a set. Can you do something to adjust? Can you do something to, so you can use it, but nobody knows? This is not a set. Like a couple. Do they know, are they a set? No. They just fall in love for each other. So they try to understand each other. They accept each other as a husband and wife. When they come together, they live for a while. Look like it doesn't match. But in that moment, if you say, oh, we are not matching, we separate, your whole life will be like this. You just come and then you find out something wrong, you separate, and life will have nothing to say. But now, you can show your true love. Yes. Everything cannot be matched by themselves unless I really want to try to match. I have a lot of couples. They live like that. For example, do you know durian? A very stinky fruit of Vietnam. Somebody they like it, somebody they don't like it. Not all Vietnamese like durian. I have a couple. Oh, the wife loves durian. She can have durian like for meal, to replace. But the husband totally hates durian. And he doesn't eat, but even he can also cannot stand for the smell. You know what happened? The wife completely cut off her addicted to durian. She said, I really addicted to durian, but because of my husband, I won't have it. So every time if I have durian in the house, he is not happy. Why? Just a piece of fruit that make the family turn stinky like durian. Sometimes we know that is not right. We will make that person happy. Now, If he doesn't match with me, he don't try to eat, he doesn't try to eat, I will try to stop. Two person, we try to fight for a string. Then after that, the string will break, and we just have half, cannot use. So one person will release. So at least one person can have the whole string. If we just keep the way we are, we fight for the string, only half each, nobody can use. We both cannot be used. So marching is like that. So again, we come back to this entire and reality in life. There are so many things. If everything we run away, where are we to hide? Instead of hiding, I will be there to take you. I know I cannot make you perfectly, but at least I can adapt with you. I can be with you. I don't like negatives. I don't like problems. But I cannot run away from problems. Problems will find me. So you find me, I will meet you. I will accept you and help you to and comfort my problems. We don't like sickness, but sickness will come to us one day. Instead of fighting, we take it and make the comfort. So we take medication to comfort the sickness. We don't use medication to fight. We use medication to comfort. Just like we're hungry. Oh, I will take some food to fight my hunger. I will take some food to make me feel better. When you are thirsty, you get a drink to make your throat feel comfortable, to make you feel comfortable. You drink not to fight for your thirsty. The way we use the words, the way we have raised the thought is also important. You think it's positive, it makes you at ease right away. Accidentally, you eat chili, very hot. The more you drink cold water, the more you get chili. The more you run away, the more you feel more uncomfortable. Calm down. Drink small amount of milk. You release. So there is a solution. There is a way. But only when we are at calm, we can find a way. Sometimes I'm traveling and I always stop at the monitor. Even in my ticket, they already show the gate. But I still want to check, double check. You know, sometimes they change the gate. And you never know. And if you, for sure, what is shown on my flight ticket is right, and sometimes you can be wrong. There's a monitor. Why don't you check up? So you do things with careful, then you are less suffer. You take things with your gentleness. That problems won't hurt you that much. You are facing with somebody who is very negative to you, but you come to them with a gentle way. They won't hurt you that much. This is the way about compassionate and how to deal with struggling, problems, negative people. They yell at you, you yell back. And after that, you both tire. They yell at you, you use your soft voice. Only this way to see the difference. And this is the way to end the fighting, the argument, the problems. Buddhism is not philosophy. It is the way to live. It is no friend because you can meet different lessons every day. If you go to the school, you go to the class, you will know your schedule. What time you have math, what time you have English, what time you have social studies. But every day when you walk in the school of life, you never know what is your schedule. Who will come to you to make you smile, to make you laugh, or to make you cry, or you make you angry. You have to prepare. Any lesson can happen. And what is the preparing here? Your calmness, your peace, your meditation. So your daily meditation is needed because it helps you to gain the power of peace, the power of at ease. So when things come, you have this power to embrace. Just like you don't see any airbag, but when something happens, the airbag will come out and protect you. But when you walk in, when you sit in the car, you don't see that airbag. Can you see what I try to introduce? It's very important. When I practiced, dealing with negatives every day, after I solve a problem with my very gentle way, and that works, and that gives me more insight, more faith on the non-violence practice, the non-violence solution. When you accidentally hit a corner, you hurt your leg, your knee, what do? You will sit down. Your hand will bring to that area and comfort. You never run away and yell and try to kick the wall, try to kick the corner. Oh, what I will do first is sit down. Comfort my painful first. The more you kick the wall, the more we will get hurt. Now not only the knee, but also our feet. Because we kick the wall, we hurt ourselves more. Is that practice? You can meet Buddhism every corner. You can meet Buddhism in your negatives, in your problems. Because negative give you a lot of lesson. Right now, the world still have a lot of problems. Because this is part of life. Like something will happen this year, something will happen next year. Right after COVID, we have war. And right now, one of our major painful is the earthquake in Turkey. And when we see all of that, how fragile of life, only in one shaking, thousands of lives. Only one shaking, all your communication, all your happiness can be collapsed. So the earthquake not only happened in Turkey, not happened in Taiwan, not only happened in those countries, but it also happened right in ourselves, our family. Sometimes we just hit the door, we close the door very hard. The whole house is shaking. The whole house is shaking. The communication collapsed right away. And a lot of happy times also burial underneath of the ground. Now it's only the collapsing. So meditation helps us to see near and far. Do you remember the song we used to sing? What is near, what is far? And the song Brother Lauren just sang earlier, happiness is here and now. If there is a day we have nothing to do, then why we are looking for something to do? If there is a day there is nothing to do and enjoy, there is nothing to do. But if there is something to do, somewhere to go, and just do things in order. Because the more we rush, the more we mix. The more we rush, the more we miss. The more you come, the more you can bring everything together. Someday you're traveling and you're so rushing and you forget everything. But you do things, slowly, then you pack everything with you. Every day we're able to do meditation. And remember, meditation on the cushion is neat. 20, 30 minutes a day. But that is not enough. We should apply meditation in everything. Let's say even you go to the kitchen and do your cooking, you still need meditation. You prepare to cook that, but now you come to the fridge and all the ingredient is not there. It's nothing. Just food. If we don't have this dish, we can have another dish. I very much appreciate whatever I have. I try to do something, but that doesn't turn out as what I want. I still happy, and I also remind, at least it's become like this. It's better than nothing. Sometimes I try to look life about how I try to cut the fruit. Sometimes I have, we have lot of fruits in the temple. And then we pick the orange or the apple. It's going back a lot of places I try to cut. Sometimes only after, try to take out and you only have one piece. And I also say, at least we still can save a piece of it. And I try to look life like that. Sometimes we say, he is useless. I said, no, at least he can be used something, but you didn't recognize it yet, or you don't need that yet. You will need it one day. There is a family who came to visit, and they brought one of a young boy that I know a very long time. He is 21 now. And I told him, after this trip, when you go back to Edmonton, you should looking for a job. So do not expect to have a high pay job. Even you pizza delivery, you wash the dishes, you do whatever. The very bottom, but at least, this is your own money. You use your labor to get it, then you will know how to use it. Sometimes we don't use our labor to do it. We won't appreciate. I used to talk to the monks. We live in the temple. A lot of our food is receiving from members. They bought and they bring to us. We don't know the price. And sometimes because you don't know the price, that's why sometimes you may waste the food. Or you don't appreciate when you eat. So if one day you have a time to go to Costco, you pass by some of the section, oh my goodness, the food that they give us, we used to have it this much. Because you don't know, that's why you don't see any appreciation while you eat. And again, in our daily life, it's the same thing. If any problems come, you see the price that you have to pay for this, or you are able to overcome of this. It's not priceless. It's not useless. It's very, very priceless, because you can overcome. Anything you do with all your attention, when you have it, you really appreciate. You see a lot of work in there. Think about that. We can bring into life and become a lesson. Not only I use about the food, yes, that is the food too, but that also can apply into problems that we're dealing. So I have the questions. You are the one who wrote the questions, and I try to combine your questions into this talk. Is this help you a little bit on your question? We don't have to pretend, I try to appreciate this. No. And you practice appreciate tiny things in life. And then you learn to appreciate everything. When you're thirsty, there is a drink. When you're hungry, there is a piece of cookie. When you're cold, you have just a piece of a scarf or something to help you. Every tiny thing. And I always told my young monks about that. Because we don't work, we don't buy, sometimes maybe we don't know the price. And because we don't know the price, that's why we don't appreciate much when we have them. So when you have a chance to go to shopping, to grocery, you will realize how much they cost. And you will reflect back, am I using or eating all of that food with my heart? They bring to us with their heart, that proved. But have we enjoyed the food with our heart? Otherwise, we lose our fortunate. We are very fortunate that something, positive come to us. We are very fortunate if problems come, but we still have the way to solve. We are very fortunate after we saved, we overcome a very high waves of life. We used to use the picture of this entire life is dust and waves. Very blurry. You don't see things clearly. And that is true too. Sometimes we think it's like that, but it's not like that. Sometimes you expect it to be like that, but life never turns out exactly what you want. Looking at the drawing, the sketching of a house is different than you witness after they built. Big difference. So the perception. And the Buddha always remind us, be careful on your perception. They may be called wrong perception. And sometimes we thought we are thoughtful. We have a lot of understanding. We create another way of understanding some stories that people share. We may wrong. So see things as they are. Take things as they are, and that will make you much better. Don't run away. Now you have problems. Recognize that I have problems. I need to find a way to help my problems. My son, I have problem with my son. I will try to find a way to help me and my son. But if you say, I will try the way to fight, the word fighting already increase, the violence, the negative in you. I try to find a way to help myself and my son. In my workplace, I have problem with one of my colleagues. I will find a way to help them, both of us. And you use the word help, and that brings compassion. That brings understanding and loving kindness. I will try to find a way to fight back, to against. And if just the word we use, it makes different feeling in us. Finally, I just want to share that there is a lady who came to see a monk. Master, my son, I'm very angry with my son. He never listened to me. And he said, oh, then tell me, what do you tell him every day? Every morning when he wake up, I said, you have to go to wash your face. You have to go to school on time. You have to back home on time. You have to do your homework. You have to clean your room. And turn out he doesn't do anything. Oh, the master said, oh, why don't you change the word? Now you can try. Go home and try my words. Can you please clean your room? Can you please go home early so mom can feel that you home, I'm less worried? Next week she come back. He done everything I said. The master said, you know why? Because the word you use. When you push somebody, you force somebody and say, you have to do. And they will feel no freedom. Why I have to do? Oh, you should do this. It's better for you. Please do this. Please do that. And they will feel comfortable. Oh, I do this because my mom asked me to. I will help her to do. Because the word please always make people feel better. Can I get your shoe, please? They're happy to do. You have to bring the shoes for me. I'm not servant. I'm not your slave. So sometimes meditation is change. You know how to change. Or the Buddha gave us a word, replacing. The Buddha said, replacing. If this doesn't work, replace it. Replace something much better. Life is not only one word to use. Same situation, same meaning, same advice, but the word you use will make people feel different. I just taught this to my young monks last night too. I like to sit with young friends so we can bring a lot of things in life and share. And what about my experience, I will share. And I bring a lot of stories that I have witnessed, I have heard. and bring into life. Because life is a full school of lessons. And life is a big dictionary. There are words for us to define every day. We know different definitions about life every day. Thank you for your listening, your practice. I hope you all be well and happy. And time is in your hand. Time is in our hand. If we know we want to practice, we're able to find time to practice. Do not complain, I have no time. You have 24 hours, why you say you have no time? Right? Is this true, right? Some people, oh, I have no time. No. You have 24 hours a day. The practicing here is, do you know how to use your time? Don't complain, you have no time. Some people say, oh, I have no life. What are you now? Okay? You do have life. But the practicing here is how to live. I have no food. You have a lot of food. Now you ask yourself how to enjoy. I have nothing to wear. What are you wearing? We have a lot of clothes. But the point is how to wear them properly. Not everything we have we bring in. But we know how to wear simple but look very elegant. In our dictionary, we have all definitions. You want to look up for that word, you can look up for that word. You can find the meaning of that word. Life has a lot of meanings. You want to find the meaning or not. Then we will never complain. Life has no meaning. You have a meaning. That's why you live your life very meaningful. You have a definition about your life. That's why you make your life become very meaningful. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for your listening. Do you understand what I try to share? Let's sing a song before we finish. The anthem of the practice. I have arrived, I'm home. I have arrived, I am home. In the here and in the now. I have arrived, I am home. In the here and in the now. I am solid, I am free. I am solid, I am free. In the ultimate I drown. In the ultimate I drown. Please enjoy your breathing, your breaths along with the three sounds of the bell.